It's time. It's showtime, my friend. How nice, come on in. How in the world have you been? Got stories to share. I'm virtually there. It's showtime, my friend. It's showtime, my friend, with a tear or a grin. We're chomping the bit to begin. Wear sweatpants or slacks, break out the snacks. It's showtime, my friend. If you have to go, I want you to know it's easy to sign right back in. Connection too slow, hope you don't miss the show. It's showtime, my friend. Yeah! It's time to prepare for our online affair. I do hope you'll stay till the end. I tuned up my axe, sit back and relax. No matter how your day has been, we'll make you smile, make it all worth your while. It's showtime, it's starting in no time. It's showtime, my friend. All right, it's showtime and time to turn off the reverb there. Let's see who we have. We found out Mom is here. She's watching it from her computer onto the TV, and she found out that she can also participate in the chat. We've got Kim and Mark here. Bud, Brent, and Jeannie are here. You guys are here at the start this time, and Larry too. Hey, Stash, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, JJ, okay. Been incognito. Oh, glad to catch the original song. Yeah, I kept using, my version of On the Road Again, which, I like doing that with my own words, but still, it's Willie's melody and stuff. And so, I decided I better get some of my own here. And a fella by the name of Tom Fritz, a young songwriter, worked with me on this one and got me going. I'd been wanting to do this for a while, but couldn't seem to do it on my own. So I really appreciate his jumping in there and participating, kind of nudging me along to get it going. Well, I want to do a little song here called Sweet Georgia Brown. And Mom has a friend, or had a friend by the name of Georgia Brown. And I asked her one time, I said, Mom, tell me when Georgia comes to one of my shows so I'll do the song. She said, no, don't do that song. Don't do the song because she hates the song. I said, what? Why would she hate a song with her name? Well, she said, she's a church-going lady. And if you look at the lyrics carefully enough of Sweet Georgia Brown, this lady is a terrible flirt. She the only feller she can't get is the feller she ain't met. And she said, so don't do it when she's there. So I'm not worried about Georgia right now. So I'm going to do the song for you. Here we go. All right. Ooh. No gal mate has got a shade on Sweet Georgia Brown. Two left feet, but oh so neat has Sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and wanna die for Sweet Georgia Brown. I'm a telling you why. I don't lie, not very much. She's been said she knocks them dead when she lands in town. Since she came, why it's a shame how she cools them down. The only fella she ain't met is that fella she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her Sweet Georgia Brown. telling you why. You know I don't lie, not very much. It's been said she knocks them dead when she lands in town. Since she came, why it's a shame how she cools them down. The only fella she can't get is that fella she ain't met. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, sweet Georgia Brown. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, sweet Georgia Brown. Georgia claimed her, Georgia named her, sweet Georgia Brown. There's a song Georgia Brown hated, or she didn't like it. You know, it was a theme song for the Harlem Globetrotters, and they cleverly knew they might upset Georgia with the song, so they just whistled it, so they didn't have to use the lyrics. Clever. Actually, I thought the song was, I didn't have any lyrics to it for the longest time until somebody said, hey, would you learn that song? I looked it up. There's words to it. Oh, okay. Hey, Joe, I see Joe's there. I saw Joe this afternoon. I was at Craft Care in Holt and did some songs there. And I did this song, too, if I remember right. Well, let's move on. Here's another one called Big Bankroll. And it was written by a friend of mine by the name of Sid. And Sid was a woman. And yes, that's right. Sid Ames. And a friend of hers who was also a songwriter. I've lost touch with both of them, though. I'd like to catch up with them again because I think this is a cool song, and I'd like to record it, put it out on a recording. Let's put it that way. So here it is called Big Bank Roll. I got rock, got soul. All I need is a big bankroll. Well, it's hard to show the girls where it's at when your wallet ain't that fat. Hanging around with alley cats, beating tin cans with a baseball bat. I bought a new guitar with my last check. I thought my landlord would break my neck. She said, I don't want to hear your rock and roll. You can't pay your rent, now you're in the hole. I said to her, hey, it won't be long before the radio's playing all my songs. I got rock, got soul. All I need is a big bankroll. Well, it's hard to show the girls where it's at when your wallet ain't that fat. She said, I don't want to hear, no, it'll never pay. You can't rock all night and work all day. Mick Jagger, Chuck Berry, Bo Diddley got cash. You say you're going to make it, I don't buy that trash. I said, rock and soul's going to pay my rent, 'cause talent like mine's no accident. I said to her, hey, it won't be long before the radio's playing all my songs. I got rock, got soul. All I need is a big bankroll. It's hard to show the girls where it's at when you're out so flat. Hey, is a one-man band, a new guitar and a music stand. You put them together with a rock and soul, and I'll be making that big bankroll. Yeah. I got rock, got soul. All I need is a big bankroll. Well, it's hard to show the girls where it's at when your wallet ain't that fat. Hey, hey, I got rock, got soul. All I need is a big bankroll. Well, it's hard to show the girls where it's at when your wallet's so darn flat. Hey, hey, I got rock, got soul. All I need is a big bankroll. Well, it's hard to show the girls where it's at when your wallet is so darn flat. Yeah. I think it's a cute song, and I'm going to talk for a minute. Mark Wright suggested some time back that I tell sort of stories about, my music career and all that stuff. Well, here's an interesting little thing that many of you may not know about. Back in the 60s, when I was starting out, late 60s, early 70s, trying to get recording thing, what a record company would look for were performers that they thought had a possibility of, succeeding, selling a lot of records. And so they would assign people to contracts, and they'd spend about $500,000 per artist, sometimes more, but that's an average, to get them going. And only about 1 out of 3 performers broke through and succeeded, but they did so well that they paid for the other 2 performers. Well, somewhere along the line, a lot of young people were coming up, and they had wealthy parents. And record companies began to realize, hey, you know what? We'll just sign everybody who's got money. They spend their money. We don't invest anything. No $500,000 from us anymore. What we do now, we say how much money you have. And you have to go out and find investors, or maybe your rich parents will do it. And we'll go into the studio with you. We'll take your money. We'll go into the studio. We'll say, okay, now that we've got the record, it's going to cost us about $500,000 to promote it. So you, parents and investors, give us the money and we will promote it. So now you realize at this point the record company hasn't spent a dime, not one dime. Pretty good deal for the record company. But the interesting thing was that now only 1 out of 10 performers succeeded. But it didn't matter because the record companies make money the whole time. Well, streaming got going in the 90s, and it's really going strong now. But I mean, it just began there with Napster. And a new thing happened. Record companies realized people weren't buying their music anymore. They were just listening to streaming, or they were downloading it in and out of their phones, sometimes not paying for it, or they were converting their CDs to digital MP3s, which it's legal to do that. It's your own music. You bought it. You can put it on. So people were not buying like they used to, and record companies were starting to lose money. So they put a new thing together with the artists. They call it a 360 deal. Not only do you pay for everything, but when you go out on tour, they make a percentage of your tour too. They make ticket money, part of the money from your tickets. They make money from your T-shirts and CD sales, and of course they make the CD sales. T-shirts, mugs, hats, whatever else that are on sale. They make a percentage of everything now, and of course they're just trying to recoup because they have an attitude that's not wrong. They're just saying, hey, you know what? We're the ones who got you on the radio. That's what made people want to come and see you at your concerts. So come on, you got to give us a break here. Help us out. Okay, kind of makes sense, I guess. But it's a long shot from when I was starting up back there, where they would take a risk with you. They take no risks now, although the risk is still, if people are stealing music or just streaming, they don't get paid very much from streaming, just so you understand. Neither do the performers, by the way. Before you'd have a song, let's say a single 45, you might make 3.5 cents. I think the number went up, but you made 3.5 cents for every time it was played on the radio. Now with streaming, they make 0.0005 cents. I mean, it takes many, many streams before you make anything at all. Just anyway, real interesting stuff. So okay, that's enough talking. Let's move on to another song here. Here's one that I've been working on with a couple of friends of mine, with songwriting friends. We call it Choosing You. And we've changed some of the lyrics, and we're working again to change them. These will probably be changed one more time. But here, just kind of to put this out in front of you so you guys have a chance to hear it. It's called Choosing You. And I better get my notes together here in just a second. Okay, I think I got it. We'll find out in a minute. All right, here we go. She said, Daddy, would you tell me that story again? When you and Mommy flew across the world, I was meant to complete our family. And the first time you called me your little girl. So he sat her on his knee and told her once more, word for word, the way he did 1,000 times before. Your angel eyes were brighter than a clear blue summer sky, and it only took the soft hello to see your pretty smile. There was magic, there was love, like a sign from up above, that nothing could be easier to do than choosing you. 21 years later, and that same little girl married the man who filled her dreams. Day by day their hearts beat closer in time, the way it was always meant to be. And every anniversary she asked her husband how, from all the women in the world, he somehow picked her out. Your angel eyes were brighter than a clear blue summer sky, and it only took a soft hello to see your pretty smile. There was magic, there was love, like a sign from up above, that nothing could be easier to do than choosing you. When they were ready for a family, threw back across the world, and they knew what they would say when they met their little girl. Your angel eyes were brighter than a clear blue summer sky, and it only took a soft hello to see your pretty smile. There was magic, there was love, like a sign from up above, that nothing could be easier to do than choosing you. Than choosing you. Choosing you, as it is still in a work in progress. Well, after that, I want to see. Let's see who. Good music industry overview. Yes, that's really the truth, man. I mean, for many years I was under the impression they were still looking for people that they could invest in. Oh boy, was I surprised when I went to Nashville in the 1990s. Whew. Hey Kim, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Da 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 da. Maybe I should have an applause, a button over here with a little one of what they call a sample of real sound, real life sound. I could just, applause and all that good stuff. Get it from a baseball game so it sounds really dramatic. Okay, here, this one I want to do. This is a Glenn Campbell song called Wichita Lineman. I'm not sure it's possible that YouTube may block this song afterwards, but you guys, because you're here live, you will get to hear it, regardless of what they do. Song by Jimmy Webb, and he's the fellow who also wrote By the Time I Get to Phoenix, Up and Away in My Beautiful Balloon, and my goodness, a ton of other songs. I can't even think of them off the top of my head right now. But we're going to give this one a try. This is actually a karaoke track, and they did a great job. The strings are beautiful here. Here we go, Wichita Lineman. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wires, I can hear you through the whine. and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. Jimmy Webb, I remembered one other song. I'm singing this song and I remember another one. He wrote MacArthur Park. A lot of people think MacArthur Park is like a crazy song, a psychedelic song. Well, what he was trying to do, he was trying to compare a relationship that was falling apart, comparing it to a cake being left out in the rain and the icing just melting down. It's just a horrible mess, and that's what the relationship was like. And in fact, he talked about, he said it wasn't completely wacky. He says, I was looking out the window they were at a restaurant and she was leaving. I believe that's what he said. She was leaving and he watched her move away, but the window was it was raining and the window was all covered with the raindrops. And you know how they distort the image? And so it looked like she was melting, and he was thinking, oh, it's like a cake melting in the rain. People thought it was a crazy song, but real interesting is I believe the song was about 7.5 minutes long, and up until that time, DJs and record companies or record stations were trying to keep songs down to about under 3 minutes because they could put more commercials between songs if they did. They had more flexibility that way. Well, this song came out and broke the barrier, and after that, a few more songs started getting a little bit longer. We had later things, Michael Jackson songs, which are quite long, but they were quite a bit after this. Still, they kind of stuck with that format, but still, other musicians and writers were pushing that a little bit. Well, all right, I am going to try one here. This is a song somebody asked me to learn recently. It's called Wild World by Cat Stevens, and it has a bunch of interesting guitar licks, and I'm going to see how I can do it. Plus, there are a lot of words on this page, and I have to scroll a couple times, so I'll probably quit playing my music just a little bit while I'm doing it. We'll see how it goes. And I do like the song, though. I think it's really pretty. So a little sad. Here we go. Do I have a drum beat for this? I think I'm just playing this with a guitar. Okay, let's do it that way. La 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 da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you want to start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving. Baby, I'm grieving, but if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice things to wear. There's a lot of bad in this world, and beware. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you just like a child, girl. I know I've seen a lot of what the world can do, and it's breaking my heart in two. But I never want to see you sad, girl. Don't be a bad girl. But if you want to leave, take good care. Hope you make a lot of nice friends out there. Just remember there's a lot of bad, and beware. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you just like a child, girl. La 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 da da. La 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 da da. La 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 da da. Baby, I love you. If you want to leave, take good care. Hope you make a lot of nice friends out there. Just remember there's a lot of bad, and beware. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just to find a smile, girl. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. I'll always remember you just like a child, girl. Ooh, man, I think maybe next time if I'm gonna do that one, I should put together a track so that I can do those licks that go. And then you got to go from a C right to that chord. Yeah, that's a trick. Hey, it's a cool song though, isn't it? Just saying, oh, you're breaking up with me? Well, I wish good things for you. Well, that's kind of interesting. That's a nice, heartfelt person. Sometimes when you break up with somebody, you just wish them all the bad things in the world. All right, I'm going to do one that I said I'm going to do some of my songs here, and this one is called Guitar Playing Madman. I played this, I think the last time I played it was back in January or February, and I don't play this very often because it's kind of a downer song. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Also, I've been trying to make decisions about some of the lyrics. Some of them are changing. Every time I played it, I do a little bit differently. And so this is called Guitar Playing, and I wanted to make it the point, this is not autobiographical, because I like to say that because it's already in the first few lines, it's complaining about, my parents didn't support me, my parents supported me. So I just didn't want to make it clear that that there's no animosity there. It's just a story. It's an imaginary character based on what I've seen about the music business, just like what we were talking about Stash here earlier. Music business isn't quite what it looks to be. So here it is, Guitar Playing Madman, and we'll give it a go. 15 years old, I ran away. My parents couldn't see. I had to play the music that was pouring out of me. My guitar in my left hand, all my dreams were in the right. I started off on that cold day's long journey into night. And although the bands kept breaking up, I came to realize No way I would ever quit. The stars were in my eyes. The only girl who seemed for real turned ultimatum queen. And when she left, although I cried, I finally could see I'm just a raving guitar playing madman. I never had no one to call my own. I'm just a raving guitar playing madman, looking for a place to call my home. Success successfully slipped right through these callous-fingered hands. The older that I got, the less I cared. 'Cause all I loved, I left to chase these crumbling, dusty dreams and melodies no one would ever hear. I'm just a raving guitar playing man. I'll tell you in a minute. I never had no one to call my own. I'm just a raving guitar playing madman, looking for a place to call my home. I swore I'd never crawl back home until I reached the top. But pride's a nagging lover who will never, never stop. The story of my life spills out this old guitar of mine. I told it now 1,000 different times. One night soon when I lie down, these final words I sing will etch above my head in marbled rhyme. Here lays a raving guitar playing madman, never had no one to call his own. Here lays a raving guitar playing madman who finally found a place to call his home. Raving guitar playing madman, I never had no one to call my own. Here lays a raving guitar playing madman, looking for a place to call my home. Well, you can see I didn't want Mom to be blamed for that kind of a thing. Well, hi, Corinne. Nice to see you. Well, you missed some good stuff, but we have more stuff coming up, so cool. All right. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, I know. What happened was I have a set of instructions to get me all set up because it's complicated. I got to turn this on and that on, set the volume to this, push that switch over there, turn that knob, all kinds of crazy things. Well, one of the things it says is I'm supposed to turn off my phone, put it into what they call airplane mode. Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't do that. And what happened was, I'm going to do it now. What happened was, I got a message that came through and it alerted me directly into my hearing aids and it took over the music so I couldn't hear where I was and I started singing, looking for no one were here. Just couldn't do it. So I got to put this in airplane mode and then flip it upside down. All right, well, just another one of the many details that have to be attended to make this thing go off here. All right, here's one that I really like. I'm going to tell a story of this one again because I haven't done this one since back in February too, if I remember right. When I was in LA, a publisher, someone referred me to about a song that I wrote. And my song placed in quarterfinalists in the American Song Festival. And I thought that was pretty good. Well, there might have been 50 songs in there, but still, there were thousands of entries, so I was pretty happy. Well, the publisher said he wasn't interested. I said, well, why not? He said, well, my staff writer won the grand prize, which was like $10,000 and $10,000 and a beautiful white grand piano. And he says, I can't get anybody to record the song. And I thought, oh man, then I got no chance. But he eventually took my song anyway, but it was by accident. I won't go into all that detail. But anyway, as a part of that, I listened to her winning song, and I thought, oh my gosh, the lyrics are so clever, brilliant. This song that I'm going to do for you now, this song never hit the top 10. Nobody that I know of recorded it other than Leslie Pearl herself. But Leslie wrote songs for Crystal Gayle. She wrote a song called You Never Gave Up on Me. She wrote songs for Kenny Rogers, Johnny Mathis, Dr. Hook, as well as writing lyrics and music for the Karen Carpenter song, My Body Keeps Changing My Mind. Now think about that title, My Body Keeps Changing My Mind. She wrote a song called If the Love Fits, Wear It. See again, pretty clever lyric. Let's go to bed early and stay up late. Okay. There's nothing so expensive as a woman who's free for the night. And last but not least, she wrote the Folgers coffee jingle. The best part of waking up is Folgers in my cup. Isn't that cool? The same lady who wrote this song and those other cool songs. Well, this song deserves to be heard. I really love it. Let me get a drink of water here. And we are going to play Look Before You Love. Here we go. I've seen love's ups and downs. I thought I knew love inside out. But when in love, make no mistake, it's not as easy to keep as it is to make. They say that love is blind, but in the dark it gets around. So listen well, hear what I say. When you're crossing love, you better look both ways. So look before you love, 'cause a heart can surely break. Hey, and you can save yourself from a sad mistake if you look before you love. And don't throw your heart away. Hey, 'cause you can't be sure you're gonna get it back again. Look love straight in the eyes. See love from every side. And don't give your heart too fast, 'cause you can make love first, but can you make love last? Stop and look one more time. You gotta read love between the lines, 'cause it's easy to fall in love, but climbing out again can be very tough. So look before you love, 'cause a heart can surely break. Hey, and you can save yourself from a sad mistake if you look before you love. And don't throw your heart away. Hey, 'cause you can't be sure you're gonna get it back again. Before you love, 'cause a heart can surely break. Hey, and you can save yourself from a sad mistake if you look before you love. And don't throw your heart away. Hey, 'cause you can't be sure you're gonna get it back. You better look before you love, 'cause a heart can break, a heart can break, a heart can break, and you can save yourself from a sad mistake if you look before you love, and and don't throw your heart away. No, no, because you can't be sure you're gonna get it back. You better look before you. Ooh. I'll tell you what, I've been working on this one. I was trying to get it. It had a really long ending. Then I trimmed it and forgot that I trimmed it. But while I was at it, I really wanted to update the guitar solo. It needs a little more oomph. But I see Mark Wright said, it almost sounds like a Captain and Tennille style song. You're right, it does. And that's a good thing. You know, when they did Love Will Keep Us Together, was that? Yeah, that was actually oh, now I'm not going to think his name. Oh, come on. Howie Greenfield. It'll come to me later. But it wasn't one written by Captain and Tennille, which I thought was pretty interesting. Well, they did mostly songs that they found elsewhere. I know it was Neil Sedaka who was the main, who wrote the melodic and the chord changes for that. And Howie Greenfield, his songwriting partner, was the one who probably wrote the words to that. So, not this one, by the way. We're back to Leslie Pearl here. All right, let's see what we have here left on our list. Oh, well, I could try this one. Yeah, this is kind of a fun song. A song that I was fooling around one year and I went. So I had that little riff going. I thought, that is really catchy. Well, it sounds a little bit like Mustang Sally. Sounds a little bit like Funky Town by Lips Inc. There's also a Buddy Guy song called Midnight Train that has a groove that's like that. But mine's just a little bit different. And with other ones that are so similar, I guess you can get away with it. So this is called Monotonous. In fact, I showed this. I was telling Janice, I said, wow, listen to this riff. And I played it about 4 or 5 times. And she said, gee, I said, how do you like it? She said, it's kind of monotonous. And I went away and I thought, yeah. And I went, hey, that could be the title of the song. So here we go. Now at the end, I'm going to explain. There's some spoken stuff that I would love to have Rodney Dangerfield say for me. Unfortunately, he's gone. And then there's also a fella, Brad Garrett, who used to be on Everybody Loves Raymond. He played Raymond's older brother. He could do a beautiful job of this. But I also got to thinking, with this AI stuff out there, I could find a deep fake that would probably be able to say these lyrics for me and sound like Rodney Dangerfield. Well, I can't do it quite well enough, but anyway, you'll know what I'm going for when you hear it. So here it is. Oh, one other little detail. I was trying to sing some high notes in this thing that sounded like I wanted to try and make it have a little bit of R&B sound to it. And it just ended up me sounding like I was screaming, which I wasn't real thrilled with, but we'll see how that goes here. All right, here it is. Monotonous. Give it a go. Everything about our life has gotten so routine. We go to work, we come back home, the same old thing. And even when we're making love position number 1, it's not too bad, but can't we change and have a little fun? Oh, monotonous. Get up in the morning with a breakfast 6 a.m. Maybe something new today. Oh, again, boring dinner every night and tired TV shows. At 10 o'clock, it's into bed with buttoned up night clothes. Monotonous. So I tried this. Then one day the circus came to town. I took her to the show. We even met a clown. And driving home, she took hold of my hand and said,
that was nice, but if it's all right, I never, ever want to do anything like that ever again.
Oh. Monotonous. Everything about our life has gotten so routine. We go to work, we come back home, a Groundhog movie scene. And even when we're making love, position number one, the sun comes up, the sun goes down, and on 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 and on. I don't know, friend. What's a guy supposed to do? I mean, I've tried everything. I whispered in her ear. She says it tickles. Candy? She says it makes her fat, and I'm not getting into that discussion. Flowers? She's allergic. I held her hand. She says it makes her sweat. I mean, I even started like the lady across the street. Oh, what's that? No. I was just talking to her about house cleaning, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna pay for that one. So yeah, you can see how I wanted the voice to be and all that. Yeah. Hold on, let's see here. Bring up my list here. Oh, this is a downer song that I have here. We've got only 10, 12 minutes left here. Let's see what let's go ahead and do this. This is an interesting song. I got this when I was in Nashville in the 1990s. I still think it's a pretty good country song. You guys kind of like that with a little bit of laughter on there. I was trying for laughter, yeah. So this song is called World of Hurt. Now, the only thing that I disagree, first of all, I'm not real thrilled with my backing track on this. It was just something I threw together real quick with a drum machine and guitar and stuff. Well, not great. But the thing is, here's this guy feeling sorry for himself. He messed up everything. It's his own fault. And he's trying to say, oh, I'm in a world of hurt. It's really hard to feel sorry for him. So I'm not really surprised that this song maybe was never recorded, but it's still, it's kind of got a thing to it that's, kind of good. If it had a nice recording, it would be pretty cool. So anyway, here we go. It's called World of Hurt. Go to hell, she said, with tears in her eyes, and she slammed the door on one of my lies. She drove away, and she ain't coming back. Now I'm staring out the window and facing the fact I'm in a world of hurt, in a state of pain, in a house full of empty, on a street filled with rain. I'd rather be under 6 cold feet of dirt than try to live without her in a world of hurt. I ran the streets while she walked the floor, and each step I took got her closer to the door. Now I'm the one who stares at the clock, and I'm wondering what time this old heartache's gonna stop. I'm in a world of hurt, in a state of pain, in a house full of empty, on a street filled with rain. And I'd rather be under 6 cold feet of dirt than try to live without her in a world of hurt. I'd rather can't live without her in this world of hurt. Well, there it is. Not a great backing track, but you know, you get the sentiment. You know, people do mess up. I mean, good intentioned people, you know, mess up. That it happens. He says, I ran the streets while she walked the floor. Listen, this is a very good lyric, though. I like this. You know, it compares the two. Run the street, compare the floor. With each step I took, got her closer to the door. Wow. Now I'm the one who stares at the clock because he's saying she used to stare at the clock waiting for me to come home. Isn't that nice? Without even saying that. And I'm wondering what time. He's not wondering when she's coming back. He wonders when the heartache's going to stop. That's a pretty good lyric. That's a doggone good lyric. The only thing is that little issue of, you know, don't have a lot of pity for the guy, but well, people have done worse. All right, now I'm going to try to dare to do something that I hesitate a bit on, and that is I want to do the song that I was goofing around with a little bit last. Yes, it is kind of poetic, right? Last week I sang a little bit of this, and I said, well, I might try it. It's called When a Man Loves a Woman, and I found a pretty good track for it. Again, this one might end up being blocked eventually, but you guys will get to hear it, you guys who are here live. It's When a Man Loves a Woman, and I sent out the email during the week to many of you probably got it, where you hear Percy Sledge sing this song, and man, he is just at the top of his range, and he's just up there pushing the whole song. And the version that I'm going to do here is maybe 3.5 minutes. His version is almost 5 minutes long, and he's just belting it the whole time. Well, I have a little hesitancy on this one, partly because, should a white person be singing it? Well, Michael Bolton sang it. And I'm not going to even talk about to compare with him what he did, but so here we go. We're going to try it. Okay. And Mark, I wonder, did Freddie Cunningham ever do this song? That'd be interesting. Just put it over there on the side there. All right. Yeah, I found out there's a verse missing from this that Percy does, but uses up my voice pretty good. We'll see if I have anything left right now. Here we go. Man loves a woman. When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing else. He'll trade the world for the good thing he's found. If she's bad, he can't see it. She can do no wrong. Turn his back on his best friend if he puts her down. When a man loves a woman, spend his very last dime trying to hold on to what he needs. He'd give up all his comfort, sleep out in the rain, if she said that's the way it ought to be. Well, this man loves a woman. I give you everything everything I have. Trying to hold on to your precious love. Baby, please, please don't treat me bad. When a man loves a woman, deep down in his soul, she can bring him such misery. If she plays him for a fool, he's the last one to know. 'Cause loving eyes don't ever see. When a man loves a woman, I'll tell you, I can't see nothing else. Don't you tell me I can't hear you, I can't see you. Don't you tell me no, no, no. All I see is my sweet, precious baby. Oh, when this man loves a woman, oh, yeah, and that woman is you. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You should listen to Bolton's version of this. Whoo, it's really something. Because he does it in the same key that Percy Sledge does. Now, Bolton's got a higher voice than I do. There's no question. So does Percy Sledge. But I mean, I'm up there. And then he goes to that part. Baby, please. So that's all the way up to an A. Now, these guys start up there. They go, when a man loves a woman. Well, first of all, that's not a real pleasant sound. And second of all, you do that one time through and you're done singing for the night. I'm telling you. I tried it. So, but what a cool doggone song. I just can't resist experimenting with these things just to see, you know, as my voice has expanded a little bit by continuing to work at it and all that kind of stuff, trying to figure out how these other people are doing these things. How do they do it? Well, some of them do it because they got a voice that will go in that area, you know. Just like Mark Durbin has a voice that'll go way down here, but it's big. It's not growly. It's big. It's great, you know, like those DJs. You hear those DJs, right? All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's, what did I do here? I guess I didn't put my little ending material. Oh, yes, I did. Here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and end with this, you know, my little music, what I call the segment music here. And I thank you all for tuning in. Again, tell your friends. I assume you have some. Mom has a huge list of people that she notifies every week about this. And when you get the link, you can just send it on over to somebody else and all that good stuff. Anyway, I hope to see you guys here next week. And for the people who weren't able to type anything on, hi to you guys too. You can email me and let me know that you couldn't really, you know, couldn't hang in there. Wow. A lot of interesting stuff tonight, huh? Very cool. Hey, thank you everybody for being here. I'm about ready to do my little movie trick, the one that I so enjoy doing here where I fade out my face. Let's see, what did I do with the music here? It's just, it looks like those old Hitchcock movies. Ready? But now you know how they did it. And I'm going to have the fireplace disappear too. I'll let the music play a little bit through. Thanks again, everybody. Buenos nightos.